Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 23rd. You have this To Be Fair card and this Time for a Nap card. It might be time for a nap, for sure, here, Sagittarius. If you need a break from all this crazy energy, or look at this, you have the Four Swords as well, then I definitely feel, doing things in balance and taking a nap. That To Be Fair card is kind of like the Justice card, and it would literally represent doing things in balance. So, if you're working hard, make sure you're resting. If you're resting too much, make sure you're working and all that other good stuff. But you start with the Six of Cups, the Moon, and the Four of Swords. The Six of Cups can represent like an innocence and nostalgia. It just represents thinking about the past. I do feel like you are thinking about something from the past, and I'm not saying it's a person. It could be an idea, because we go King of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles right here. And so, here's the other thing that I will say as well, is that you have the Moon right here, which is Pisces. We just had that Pisces eclipse. I'm doing this video on the 19th, I think. Today is, I can't actually read that far away, but what I would say is, I think it's the 19th. And, we just had that eclipse. And so eclipse energy can last for like 6 months at least. And, we have 3 Pisces eclipses. Well, we just had this one. We're going to have another one next year on September 7th, and then one on August 28th of 2026. So we're dealing with that Pisces eclipse energy for a little while. And, again, I think that eclipses can sometimes, they don't really bring things back from the past, but I definitely feel they can, kind of remind us of things that we've thought of from the past, or dreams that we've had. In this case, with the Pisces eclipse, it could be reminding you of certain emotional connections that you've had to things. It could be your emotional connection to money. It could be your emotional connection to a business idea, or a passion project that you've thought of before. And going this way, like I said, King of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, this kind of says to me that you need to bring this dream down to earth. You have the Moon right here. The Moon is a period of fantasy, secrets, illusions, not seeing things clearly. But I always say the Moon has this path straight down the middle to these mountains. And nowhere on the Moon does it say stop. The Moon is all about getting to those mountains and climbing the mountains, because where do you get the best views? At the top of the mountain, right? So the mountain can represent a challenge, but it really represents an achievement, because if you climb to the top of the mountain, you get the best views. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like, yeah, it might be, you might not be exactly sure how you're going to, start that passion project, or, how you're going to work more on your purpose with the Judgment card showing up right here. But I also feel this is saying, like, if you get started, you will figure it out. You have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. It's also receiving blessings. This person right here is blessing another person in this stained glass window. So I feel for a lot of you, I just kind of feel like you're hoping for a blessing. I feel like you're hoping for a blessing that you're going to get. You have the Judgment card showing up right in the next row, which the Judgment card doesn't really represent a blessing necessarily, but, it could be you being called to your purpose, which could be a blessing. So that's kind of where this looks like it's going to me. With the Six of Cups, you have the Hierophant, a blessing. He is blessing with, this symbol right here represents a blessing, and he's blessing these 2 people in front of him. I feel like outside the box thinking would be very good for you. Even the Judgment card, these people are standing inside of a box. They are standing in their coffin, right, which is a box. And they are being called outside of the box. That higher self angel on the card is calling them to their new life, but they have to leave the coffin behind. They have to leave their old life behind and step into the new life. With the Moon, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that when you truly believe that you can accomplish something, that's when you will accomplish it. So the Seven of Wands is all about your deep beliefs and like really believing that you can do something that you want to do. So I feel like really, really believing in yourself and believing that you're capable of doing something is going to be the secret with this Seven of Wands energy. With the Four of Swords, you have the Magician. The Magician is about manifesting something here on Earth. So the Magician is pointing down to the Earth, and he is trying to manifest something in his life. And so I feel for a lot of you, it could just be a really good time of manifestation. Part of manifestation is, not trying to force things to happen. It's funny that, there is a lot of action in this reading. You even have the Fool coming up as well, which would represent needing to take action. But you also have more cards, like the Time for Nap card, Four of Swords, which kind of say that, that is a more passive energy. It's like not really doing anything. And so, but really what I feel like it's saying is like, you shouldn't have to like push super hard to make something work, because then you're coming from a place of lack, right? So I think being in that energy of allowing would be a better idea. In balance, in the next row for what's coming in for you, you have this balance card. You also have this passion card. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that you need to balance your passions in life, or you need to balance doing like work, but also kind of enjoying the things that you're passionate about. You could be mixing the two things together, which I think has come up for you quite a bit, that you could be like starting passion projects, or you could be starting a side hustle based off of passion, something like that. And I feel that would be good for you with these cards as well. You have the Judgment card, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. The Judgment card is about being kind of like called up. That higher self angel is calling these people towards their passion, but they have to let go of their old life to be able to live their passion. So a lot of you, I feel, are being called, being called to adventure, or you're being called to do something that you are more passionate about. And I do feel it's going to take some outside the box thinking. You have the King of Pentacles, which is, of course, wealth or building wealth. He has these grapes all over his cloak. And in the tarot, grapes are considered very difficult to grow. Grapes require very specific conditions to grow as well. But in the tarot, it just kind of says that you have a talent, gift, skill, or ability that could make you very abundant, or could bring a lot more abundance into your life. But you need to use that talent, gift, skill, or ability. The other thing is that the King of Pentacles is a card of convention. So he represents the way things have always been done. And, I like to remind people that, of course, we should always be doing what works. I fully believe that, if what you're doing is working and producing a result in all areas of your life, keep doing it. But I would say like 20% of the time, I would be experimenting and trying something new, because he can be a little bit stuck in convention. We also have the Hierophant, which is also a card of convention. And so, again, if you haven't learned anything new, or if you're not doing anything new, or if you're not doing new things in work or business, I feel the Seven of Swords is doing things in a different way. He is stealing these swords from an army in the background so that they can't go to war. And for a lot of you, this is a card of tactics, and it's just a card that says, are there better ways to do what you're doing? And I just did an interview the other day. Someone asked me, what is the most common card that comes up in readings? And I said, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is all about doing things differently, or doing things in a different way. And so I think that, and it's the most common card that comes up right now. So I do feel that learning other ways to do things, or doing things in a different way, is kind of the secret with the Seven of Swords for sure. So let's see what is going on here. With the Judgment card, you have the Judgment card. Yes, you are, it's almost like a magnet. I feel like you are magnetically drawn to a passion, or there's something that you are passionate about that you would love to work on. And I definitely feel this card is saying, get to work. You could easily manifest, or you could easily make this happen, especially, if you take some sort of leap of faith here. We go Fool, Three of Pentacles. I would also say with that Three of Pentacles, if you're worried that your results are not going to be enough, the Three of Pentacles says your results are going to be more than enough. It's like sometimes I think we worry about starting a side hustle or a business or whatever, or getting a new career because we're afraid we can't do the work. But the Three of Pentacles says you definitely can do the work. Yeah, look at this. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Empress, tons of abundance coming in for you here with the Empress. I'm also noticing that you have this Pegasus card in the next row, and it says fame on it. So the Empress can be a little bit of a glow up. And you have that Pegasus, which says fame, which could also be like a little bit of a glow up that you're having, or you could be attracting more abundance. The other thing about the Empress is, again, all she has to do is wave that scepter in front of her, and the wheat in front of her will grow. She isn't struggling or doing too much to get the wheat to grow. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be saying that you have the opportunity to get some wheat to grow in front of you, or you have the opportunity to attract more abundance into your life, but it shouldn't be forced. It's like your first thought shouldn't be, hard work, right? Your first thought should be, how can I do this, from a place of love, joy, happiness, abundance, and things like that. That doesn't mean it won't require hard work. I just think that, coming from a law of attraction standpoint, it's like if you're thinking hard work, you're telling yourself basically, I have to work hard to get these results, right? Or that, it has to be hard for me to get this result. And I feel like that's what needs to change here. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands is about being excited for a new adventure. Then we go to the Fool and the Death card. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction. The Death card would represent experiencing a transformation. So I do feel like there is a new adventure that's coming in for you. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you basically have the same card here. You have this Unicorn card. It says Divine Purity, Rarity, and Sovereignty. You have this Pegasus card, which is kind of like a unicorn. It says the Muse, Fame, Sacred Springs. So I feel for a lot of you, I'm not saying you're going to become famous, but there could definitely be a lot of attention coming in for you. And that unicorn says Divine Purity. And, I'm going to skip forward to the Fool. You have the Strength card, the Fool, and the Ten of Pentacles. The Fool has this white rose right here, and the white rose in the tarot represents purity, represents doing things with pure intentions, or it represents the intention for his journey is pure intentions. Like, he's doing things for the right reasons. He's not just starting a business to make money. He's doing it because he really actually wants to do it, right? And money could be a side effect. And again, when I am convinced that when we do things because we really want to do them, the money does show up because you're doing something that you actually want to do. And so, again, I think that your intentions with the Fool are going to be very important. You have the Strength card. We are in a time of strength, like in a lot of ways. I feel a lot of people have been forced into, personal development, or they've been pushed to, examine parts of themselves that would require, working on yourself. She is getting this lion to submit to her. This lion has its tail between its legs, and so it's doing a lot of work. She's doing a lot of work on herself. That lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons, and so she has done a lot of work on herself, and that's why she is successful, and she continues to do that work on herself. She knows that if she stops, then things aren't going to work. So, again, I think it would be a great time for you to continue to work on yourself. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Ten of Pentacles forms the tree of life. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be doing a lot of work on yourself, or you have done a lot of work on yourself with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is also about learning, and I am getting something. You have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is definitely a card of education. He is the teacher, and the Ten of Pentacles can represent hidden or secret information coming in for you. It doesn't really say that it is hidden or secret. It just says that you have to look for it. So, there could be information that exists that, if you learn about it, you will solve all your problems. So I'll give you a great example, right? YouTube is playing some weird games with the algorithm, right? And so a couple of weeks ago, or I should really say back in May, my views started going down, right? So I immediately knew I needed to start doing some research, and it took until like August for me to really discover what's going on, but already my views are going way up. Not saying this to brag. I'm a dummy. Like, I think people don't realize, like, I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. When I was younger, I had dyslexia. I still do. And also ADHD. So it's like, if I can do this, you can do this. Like, trust me, when I fell on my head, I went from like an A student to a D student, like literally overnight. So, and it never got better. So if I can do it, you can do it. And again, all I do people always ask me, what did you do to grow your channel? I say, literally all I do is every single morning, I watch a video about YouTube, and whatever they're talking about, I implement it. I try whatever they're saying. I run an experiment. If it works, great. I keep doing it. If it doesn't work, whatever they suggest, I don't keep doing it. Right? It's just that simple. And so, I am convinced this works for all areas of life. If there's anything you want to learn about it and implement it. That's the secret, is you actually have to do what you learned about. And if you do that, you could discover something that leads to your Ten of Pentacles, right? With the Strength card, you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you've learned about boundaries. Definitely a couple months ago, or it might have been like more in the springtime, you were getting a lot of readings, maybe like spring, early summer. You were getting a lot of readings saying that you were dealing with problems with other people. I seem to remember this. And the Nine of Wands says that you have learned how to put up boundaries with other people, which is a good thing. With the Fool, you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can represent a gift from the universe. I kind of feel that. You have the Six of Cups twice here, but I kind of feel this is a gift. And usually the type of gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning obstacles are being removed from our life. If you do want love, this could also be a soulmate that you are attracting. I do feel this is a new person, not an old person. So if you want love, I feel you could be attracting a new person here with the Two of Cups. But the Six of Cups would be a soulmate. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles would say you have the opportunity to create an abundant change very quickly. So, I would get moving here. I feel like this could happen very quickly for you. It's not going to magically happen, of course. You're going to have to make some changes, but if you do that, I feel you could be attracting like a quick, abundant change. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this co-create with spirit, this crow spirit. You also have this lizard spirit, says dream the world into being. So the lizard says if you can dream it, you can have it. And I would definitely practice that with the lizard spirit, kind of like dreaming the world into being, or thinking about what you're trying to manifest. The crow spirit is about kind of following your messages. You have the judgment card, and the judgment card is all about listening to your higher self. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can represent you and your higher self and communicating with your higher self. So I would pay attention to your dreams, your daydreams. I would also slow things down. Again, the Four of Swords says rest, relax, recover. And it's like in those moments of non-resistance and where we get all the answers. And that's what I would focus on here. You have the Death card, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. The Death card is a major transformation or a major change. So I do feel that for a lot of you, you could be having a major transformation or change here with this card. I also feel that you're kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. This white rose on his banner on the Death card kind of represents the light at the end of the tunnel. You have the Judgment card as well. Those people are rising up from coffins. So, in some ways, I feel like you're literally having a rebirth. You have the Two of Cups. Again, could be a perfect match coming in for you. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but, obviously if you want love, it's here. So there could be a perfect match coming in for you. Two of Cups is usually a person who is very different than your usual type. Two of Cups usually represent someone who is completely different than your usual type. So, again, this could be a person who's very different. Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. And it can represent communicating with your higher self or getting communication from your higher self. So I would pay attention to your dreams, daydreams, all that other stuff. You have the Three of Pentacles. I don't really feel much here. It's kind of like a weird feeling that, again, Three of Pentacles. I just feel that you feel maybe like the universe is being more cooperative with you, where it's like you can put work into something and get a result, which maybe you haven't been able to do that for a very long period of time. But I just feel like the spirit of cooperation is kind of what's popping into my head with that Three of Pentacles. Not really a message. It just feels weird to me, so I'll just say that. With the Death card, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Definitely a change in direction. And it's funny that I just said what I said because, the Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? He is asking, is it worth it for me to keep putting in work like I have been, or is there a better way that I could do things? And I feel for a lot of you, you could be asking yourself that question, like, is there a better way? Or you could be looking for a better way to do things. And I kind of feel that's what the Three of Pentacles is also saying. You're like discovering a better way to do things. With the Two of Cups, you have the Star. If you are attracting love, definitely could be an Aquarius. Could be any sign, general reading. But I kind of feel like you could be attracting someone you see as a star. Like, not necessarily famous, but just someone you see as a good person. Or someone you see as, being able to be very fulfilling for you. And so I feel this could really be a great connection that's coming in for you if you're looking for love with the Star card. And yeah, it looks good. I also, another card of resting, relaxing, and recovering. So it does seem to me like this week would be a great week for you to recover. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. The Three of Pentacles is teamwork, the total opposite. So if you have been experiencing competition, or if you've been experiencing problems with competition, the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands could say that you're kind of like overcoming those problems that you've been dealing with. You have this rainbow. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. Yes, definitely. So I feel that there is definitely a little bit of improvement energy going on here. You have this broom. It says new home, new attitude. I'll tell you what, pretty much almost every single person has had this card in like the last two sets of readings that I've done. I can't remember what the last one was. It wasn't the eclipse. So it was the mid-monthly readings. A lot of people have this card as well. And I am a big fan of changing your environment right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the astrology, I think, that really could say changing your environment will literally change your life. So, again, if your house is a mess, that's going to affect you, and it's going to make you slower and all this other stuff. So it doesn't just have to be with cleaning. Again, there pretty much everything can affect our environment. And this could also say, can you add something to your life to change your environment? And I feel like if you do that, it will change your life. You have this ant card. It says work and achievement on it. So definitely we see a lot of work achievements going on in this reading. You have this table. It says hard work ahead. Again, I would be careful of just doing hard work for hard work's sake. Now, if you're doing work that you're enjoying doing, that's fulfilling you, totally different story. But again, I wouldn't just work hard. There's actually a message in this reading that's saying, don't just work hard. Make sure you're working smart. You have this dark man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. You have this horseshoe that says good luck on it. You could be attracting a very lucky person, or you could be attracting a connection that is very lucky for you. So that looks nice as well. But this looks really, really good here, Sag. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.